Hello, everybody. Isaac Sacolick, the author of Digital Trailblazer, and welcome back to this author series. This episode is on Chapter 2 and the second part of Chapter 2, right? In the first part, we talked about stinky cheese and getting into the weeds. And today, I'm going to be talking to you more about leadership issues, about working with your colleagues to make sure that technical debt is prioritized, and working with your team to make sure their voices are heard about what issues need to be resolved that are technical debt in nature. Enjoy. So, welcome, Ginny Hamilton. Ginny is a former journalist, a CIO community editor, and most importantly to me, the editor of Digital Trailblazer. Hi again, Ginny.
Hey, Isaac. So in our previous conversation, you used a great analogy for technical debt that, as your editor, I wish I had known, and I would have encouraged you to put it in the book. You referred to it as the stinky cheese in the refrigerator that no one wants to clean up. And it's a really great analogy, and technical debt is a really important topic that all digital trailblazers are going to encounter. And there's a key lesson in chapter 2 around the roles in managing and reducing technical debt. And so I wonder if you can talk about that and spell it out here for listeners.
Yeah, Ginny, let's put ourselves in the shoes of a stakeholder or a leader or a product manager who comes in and has that demand, that need from IT or from a data science group, and comes in with, here's the user value proposition, here's the feature that I want to go out and build. And everybody's listening and happening, and the technologist or the data scientist or data governance specialist comes back and says, well, we got all this technical and data debt we have to deal with before we get to building the feature that you're looking for. Now, in another way of saying this, or at least what the stakeholder is hearing here, is a big fat no.
Right. If I'm the stakeholder, I am not going to be happy. I don't care about that technical debt. Just
I don't care about
what
the
I'm
debt.
asking for.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get what I need out to market. I want to get it in front of users really quickly. And I'm hearing this big debt boulder that's in my way. Right. So now if you're that digital trailblazer, you're sitting in between those two conversations. And again, it's about communications and translations. What is being asked for, and what does the team see as the impediment, and how do you break through that in a meaningful way? Often that means attacking some of the technical debt, but it's really about asking a lot of questions about what parts of the existing technology infrastructure that you need to go address. So understanding that barrier and understanding and translating it so that, the stakeholder isn't shied away and saying, I'm not going to get what I want, but also making sure that your team understand this is the essence of what's being asked for. Let's make sure we address the right parts of technical debt that impact the areas that we're trying to improve on.
I heard you say the word team at least 3 times that I counted in that response. And I think that's really important because the team plays a critical role. And as a digital trailblazer in the book, you're really stressing the importance of building rapport with your team. And so I wonder if you can talk a little bit more about that. Why is it so important in technology leadership to build rapport with your team?
Yeah, so let's continue down that story. The stakeholder comes in, asks for X. The team says, I got A, B, and C, T technical debt in the way. And now I'm sitting there and listening, and I'm going to start asking them questions, right? Why is this technical debt something we have to address? Why are you trying to move an entire database to the cloud to solve a very simple little problem over here? I'm going to start asking questions over there. And that's what diverse teams really need to be able to do. They need to be able to look at an idea from a number of different vantage points, a number of different lenses, and say, are we focusing on the right problem? Are we solutioning it in an appropriate way? And that requires trust and rapport with the team. Right? We don't want to feel like that we're challenging them, that we're throwing their ideas under the bus. We're just trying to solve a problem in the most meaningful way. And I want my team to understand that if I come into the room and we're trying to improve the performance of an application, and the team says, we want to go fix the database. So my first question is going to be, show me the data, right? Show me how the application's performing, show me how the network is performing, how the storage is performing, how the database is performing. Show me that you're solving the right problem to improve this performance. And if they don't have that data available, that's okay, but I'm not going to go sanction that solution. And I don't want that team to feel like I'm undermining them. right? So that's what's building rapport with the team, is the ability to ask questions, to look at the problem from different lenses and say, here's the most appropriate solution, given that the problem is X that we want to solve for today.
It's a really good point that you bring up clearly in the book, because you're asking a lot of questions of the teams that you're dealing with to gain an understanding of where they're coming from. And it's interesting to hear you talk about it here, because I think people think technical debt, they think technical solutions, but what you're describing here really is a soft skill. It's about building that rapport and that trust with the team, so that when you're trying to chip away at this debt, you're coming at it from a different point of view where people don't feel threatened. Really great insights, Isaac. So much more to uncover here. And with that, I will turn it back to you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Trailblazer author series. I'm Isaac Sacolick, and our discussion over the last 2 episodes around technical debt and spaghetti code. Our next episode will be around IT operations and crisis management. Again, thank you for joining, and see you at the